Divine Grace School is committed in honing young minds to its fullest capabilities. Equipped with modern and vital facilities, we set our learning environment in the most conducive and enjoyable atmosphere. But what makes Divine Grace School an ideal academy for learning? Is to learn, to experience. With our dedicated administrators, teachers, and staff. Here at Divine Grace School, winners are born.
Okay, antelope and zebra felt something.
Rainbow. Rain pala.
Yes,
Rain.
yes, the rain is coming. Let us see what happens next. It was rain. Finally.
Naantok. Inaantok siya iba.
Meron, ma.
Yes, you want? Yes, you want? You want to answer? Are you wise? Yes, you want? Okay.
That's how our class will look like, ma'am, this academic year. So it's a challenge to our parents who are staying with their children, di ba, to keep them awake and attentive.
Sa atin din, pag
Sa atin
tinatawag
din
mo
po.
yung pangalan.
Yes, ma'am.
It's a good friend. That's good. How about Mickey?
Pero they're paying
How
attention.
about Mickey?
Opo.
Ginger the giraffe is a good friend. How about Mickey?
Nakatutok
Good
sila eh.
answer. Katulad ni Ginger the giraffe. Okay, last one. Ano ang natutunan mo sa kwento natin ngayon? Kylie? Where's Kylie? What did you learn from the story? What did you learn from Ginger the giraffe? Going to send your homework
10 minutes more, no?
for today.
10 minutes more before 1.
Okay?
Yeah, 7, ma'am.
Guys,
7.
Go.
have our closing prayer now. Okay, everyone, close your eyes. Let's do the prayer position again. Okay, close your eyes and bow down your head. Yes, Lord, thank you, Lord, for today's activity. Thank you, Lord, that you guide us and you always give us blessings. Continue to guide us and protect us, Lord. And we hope, Lord, that we will see each other on next Wednesday. We lift your name on high, O Lord. We glorify your name. Just we ask, in Jesus' name, amen. Okay, you may open your eyes now. Okay, bye kids. See you on next Wednesday. Bye.
So this arts and crafts online class naman po is for the lower grade schoolers po natin.
Okay. Teacher lahat kayo. Bakit kailangan i-mute ni teacher? Kasi para magkaintindihan tayo. Kasi baka marinig namin yung kahol ng aso sa kapitbahay nyo, hindi na tayo magkakaintindihan. So una, turn on your cameras. or videos. Number two is presence of mind.
Materials needed: colored papers, marker, scissors, glue, and googly eyes.
So, what did you see? Okay, we see art
Parang ano, ma'am, no? Parang art angel.
ang may mga materials
Sa
na nabanggit
TV.
kanina.
Ang ganda.
Okay, now you're just going to raise your hand if you are present. Don't need to say, present teacher Jen.
Na, i-fold lang ang gilid. Katulad nito. I-press ng dahan-dahan. Gawin din ito sa kabilang bahagi. May gitna.
See, properly, press it like this one. Para mamaya maayos na. Okay, sige. Hindi nakakasunod si Ramis. Okay. And one for the last time. Can you please raise your paper, folded paper, and show it at the camera? Yeah, and there you go. Very good. Okay, show it at the camera. Okay. How about Ricey? Ayun yung paper ni Ricey. Kasi hindi ko nagagawa. Ricey, hi Ricey.
1 minute.
Can you please show your paper at the camera? Okay, sige. While waiting to Ricey to show his paper at the camera, we will play the video again. Let us follow the video.
Hanggang sa kabilang dulo. Very good. Lagyan ng glue. Googly eyes.
Finalize the nose of your dogs. Okay, sige, tapusin niyo po yung ilong. Baka yung iba hindi pa pantay. Yung shape ng ilong, okay, pagkakadikit ng mata. Ayan. Okay, so sige. Now, can you please show your work at the camera? Sa mga tapos lang, sa mga hindi pa tapos, huwag kayong ma-pressure, ha? Ayun kay Sebastian, ang cute din. Ang pati yung kay Timothy. Pati yung kay Lim. Kay Carlo. Kay Betty. Timothy. Kay Cassie. Kay Rio.
Divine Grace School is a caring and loving institution which offers only the best education a school can provide. Alongside, they take note of the holistic development of a child as they give a good point in enriching the students' values and skills. These challenging times, let's go back on how our dear Gracians reminisce their joyful experiences. What are the life lessons Divine Grace School has taught you?
Divine Grace School has taught me compassion, humility, patience, and perseverance, all of which fueled me to strive for excellence and helped me forward my career as a public servant. Whatever I am today, I owe it to my alma mater. Thank you to my Divine Grace family. May you continue to cultivate and inspire students for the many generations to come.
I am Rema Encarnacion from batch 2019 to 2020 from the STEM strand. Divine Grace School has taught me to focus on progression instead of perfection.
What are the things that you miss in Divine Grace School?
Hi, there are many things that I really miss in my alma mater. First, I miss my classmates. I also miss the classroom where we usually study, the canteen where we eat and buy foods, those approachable staff and friendly guards, and also those teachers that serve as the medium of our knowledge. But what I really miss most is being a high school student again.
What are you being thankful for?
I am very thankful to DGS because they made me feel like I am a part of a family and community rather than a workplace. That's why I also consider the school as my second home. My colleagues also shared with me their passions, expertise, and encouragements for me to become a better teacher. But let me clear this, that teaching is not a perfect profession. There are days I feel like exhausted, emotionally tired, but what keeps me going? It's when I get a hug and receive some sweet words from my students. That's why I am really grateful for the way students inspire me. Truly, there is no greater honor than having a role with their development. So the school's theme next year is DGS Steadfast at 33, Resiliently Embracing the New Now. So I encourage everyone to work together to continue learning delivery through various means. At the end of the day, education is still important to pass through the challenge of this pandemic.
Why did you choose Divine Grace School?
To have a quality education,
We must have a credible institution.
and that's why we choose Divine Grace School.
Amidst this pandemic, we stepped forward as this year's theme says, DGS Steadfast at 33, Resiliently Embracing the New Now.
Good afternoon, our dear preschool and lower grade school parents, and welcome to Divine Grace School's first Parents Webinar. Allow us to express our sincerest thanks for choosing to spend your time with us in this webinar. One of the challenges brought by the new normal is for us to stay connected despite the distance. And this webinar is just one of the many ways to keep the strong connection with you in these challenging times. There will be more of this in the coming months, and we look forward to meeting you all virtually. Before we proceed to the highlight of this webinar, let us first feel the presence of our Lord, and let's ask for His guidance and wisdom. Altogether, we may silently read the prayer. Thank you, Ma'am Ivory. Now, since this webinar is all new to us, let me discuss some important house rules. As you have noticed, your microphones are all muted. That is for us to achieve better quality audio. So, wag po tayong magtaka kung bakit hindi ako nakakapagsalita man lang. Okay? Video and chat features are disabled as well for us to have focus on the talk. Since this webinar aims to provide answers on the what's and how's of this academic year, you may raise your questions through Zoom's Q&A feature found on your screen. So kahit mobile device po yung gamit nyo, meron pong Q&A feature dyan. We encourage you to politely ask your questions and as much as possible, ask questions that are related to this coming academic year, especially yung pag-deal natin sa new normal. This webinar is also recorded for documentation purposes, and should you get disconnected, just click the link sent to your email to reconnect. Our facilitator for today is a graduate of BS Psychology at University of the East, Manila, and is currently taking up Masters in Psychology, major in Clinical Psychology at Polytechnic University of the Philippines. She is currently the OIC of the Guidance Department in Divine Grace School. We have with us today Miss Ivory R. Alieguer. Hello, ma'am.
Hello po,
How are you
ma'am.
there?
I'm good po, ma'am.
Oh.
Balik na
That's
po ako,
good to
ma'am.
hear. Yes. Tago ka. Yours truly is a licensed professional teacher, a graduate of Bachelor in Secondary Education, major in General Science at University of Caloocan City with units in Masters at UP Diliman. I am currently taking up Masters in Educational Management at Polytechnic University of the Philippines and currently works as the Assistant Principal of Divine Grace School. I am Ms. Cristel P. Arceo. I am your moderator for today. Our speaker this afternoon graduated from Pangasinan State University as cum laude with a degree of Bachelor in Elementary Education and with units in Language Education at University of the Philippines, Diliman. She finished her graduate studies at Polytechnic University of the Philippines with a degree Masters in Educational Management. Formerly, she handled the Assistant Secretary position of NOPTI, Novaliches District. Currently, she is an active district representative of the Association of Private Schools Administrators or APSA, Quezon City. So, updated po talaga tayo pagdating sa mga advisories na ma'am, especially sa private schools.
Yes.
To give us not just a glimpse, but a more comprehensive view of what Divine Grace School has in store for our stakeholders this academic year 2020-2021, let us all welcome our leader, our mentor, the school's diligent principal, Mrs. Waldy F. Canalita.
Thank you so much, Ma'am Cristel. So we have to clap for ourselves.
Yes,
Wala pa po tayo ng
Opo.
add-on ng may applause. Good afternoon to everyone. Greetings to all of you. Thank you, Ma'am Cristel and Ma'am Ivory.
Yes,
To all our parents, thank you for joining us this afternoon. Thank you for finding time to be with us in this very first webinar for preschool to lower grade school parents. This pandemic we are in placed extraordinary demands on our lives, in our own homes and beyond. And to all of us as leaders of our own homes, our companies, and our communities. The unexpected sequence of events resulted in high degree of uncertainties, disorientation, feelings of being lost, and strong emotional disturbance. As the opening of academic year comes near, our mission to uphold education and offer relevant learning remains true and important. So how do we respond to a crisis like this? For you as parents and leaders, I believe we have to start from where we are and with what we have. Evaluate the situation before moving. If we move too much, we might end up getting more questions rather than answers. The educational landscape is also changing so fast. I believe I better say that we stay still, then assess our capabilities. You know, last May, the DepEd was declaring when they released the calendar of activities for 2020 to 2021, it included there that there will be face-to-face interaction by the last quarter. When they released that, it was May. But this June, it changed. So it signifies, it tells us that there are a lot of changes and changes come so fast. And we have to know our capabilities in order for us to adapt to this crisis. How do we know more about this crisis? Attending this webinar is one way. So we'll get more answers. So I thank you so much everyone that you are here with us as we discuss two parts. The first one is our theme for the coming academic year, and the second one is our plan. What are our plans for the learning continuity of our Gracians? There. So Shall I proceed now, Ma'am Cristel, with showing my screen? All right, so we shall start now with the presentation. Okay, I hope you can see this. Nakikita niyo po? Can you see my screen, Ma'am Cristel? Okay po, kasi alright. So let's proceed now. Yearly, Divine Grace School is coining a theme for the year. Bakit kailangan may ganito? We have to, we thought of doing this so that we have an anchor, so that we can address the pressing need for the academic year for our students. You notice last year, ang ating theme is about advancing. This year, we also thought of this theme in response to our crisis. So I mentioned about this before, there will be 2 parts, and now we will be discussing about our theme. Our theme this year is DGS Steadfast at 33, Resiliently Embracing the New Now. Steadfast because we are resolute and dutifully firm and unwavering, walang pag-iimbot at bang buong katapatan tayong haharap sa lahat ng challenges. Resilient because we are able to recover at once. Nagba-bounce back tayo kaagad, hilaban tayo kaagad-agad. And what is this new now? According to DOH, this new now is about new way of thinking about, deciding on, and doing the usual affairs with invigorated sense of remaining healthy. So these are the ways now according to DOH. We have to reduce the vulnerability by keeping healthy lifestyle, reducing virus transmission, reducing contact, reducing duration of infection, and so on. In our own terms, this is published in the STAR. I have read this in one website. New normal means we have to wear masks every time we go outside, which we are doing already. Our employer might ask us to work from home, which most of us are doing already. We also do a lot of virtual meetings just like this one. There will be increase in sanitation and cleaning. Everybody is doing it. I hope everybody is doing it. And we will try to keep distance from each other when we are physically together, 2 meters at least, so that we will not transmit the virus. There will be a lot of temperature checks also. So, and the last one, of course, the schools will go distance learning. Why do we need to follow all of these protocols? So that we will not be able to transmit the virus. Lagi sinasabi sa atin, you stay at home. Ano ba ang relevance ng pag-i-stay sa bahay? If we stay at home, we don't contribute to the transmission of the virus. Therefore, hindi po dadami ang magkakaroon ng case. At kung kokonti yung magkakaroon ng case or aapektuhan or magkakasakit, our health system will not be congested. Then, the resources of our government and all our health officials will not be focused on healing, will not be focused ng paggagamot, bagkus makakalagay sila ng focus sa studying the virus. Makaka-contribute tayo at makakasali tayo halimbawa sa clinical testing, which I believe recently, now I just heard of the news this morning, ang China daw ay magte-test na on the 3rd stage ng kanilang clinical validity, which our country will be taking part. This is with regard to the vaccine, no? Yung mga na-test before na in-stop na nila with 39 countries, it's more of the gamot. It's not the vaccine. But they stop testing it because maybe they're done with sadly the result is not so good. Parang hindi siya okay na maging gamot. So this is our situation now. So constantly nag-change. Weekly may nababago. So crisis, teka muna, paano ba tayo magre-respond? Well, for the academic educational system of our country, talagang kailangan po distance learning. So, how do we go about this one? How do we respond with this theme? Kalagi nating iisipin. That's why most of our logos for this year, makikita natin to. Kasi every time na makikita natin, it will remind us to remain steadfast. Kailangan nating maging steadfast at laging magbabounce back. So this theme does not apply only to our students. It is also for the parents and for us teachers dahil ito ay makakatulong sa atin na mag-remind na, teka, may bago na naman, nakapagod na ako. Tapos pag nabasa natin to, ay teka, kailangan maging matatag, fight lang. Di ba po? So, all the Gratians will be holding on to this theme for the whole year in all our activities. So that will be our theme for the year. And let me walk you through the timeline of events. Ano ba yung mga nangyari bago tayo napunta rito? March 7, the first transmission was in the news. March 9, Monday po yan. Last day na pala because the following day, March 10, sinabi wala nang papasok. Panawin lang lahat. And March 30, our teachers and staff, yun na rin pala yung last na mapasok sila sa school. And we were put on a quarantine or lockdown ng March 16 up to April 30. April 6 to 17, that was the Holy Week period. Most of us went on a holiday, of course, parang rest day, even if it is lockdown. By April 20 to 30, some of us are already working on the accomplishment of the previous academic year's task. And then our Board of Trustees, nag-form sila ng task force. After recognizing that we are in a crisis, ang ating BOT ay nag-form ng task force with me as the head and the administrators because we are going to perform a different task. Hindi yung usual na trabaho namin, but we need to respond as a group. So may task force po. Noong May 7, our secretary released already the graduation message. This signals the closing of the academic year. Even if walang masyadong seremonya, yun na pala yung closing. And then May 11, the DepEd released the calendar of activities for 2020 to 2021. This is important again because it signifies that we are going to open schools. Yun nga lang na also ginawang hanggang August. So, May 15, nag-roll out na ng mga tasks yung ating task force. Until this period, meron na tayong skeleton force of employees coming to school. All right. The task force created this roadmap para may visual guide ba ng anong mga gagawin sa ganitong panahon. So about student readiness, last May, we have crafted the assessment instrument or the survey. And this July, nandito na tayo sa student and teacher bonding. That's why we have this online kwentuhan, kumustahan, together with their advisors. We hope to have the trainings by August. Regarding homeschool communication naman, this July, andito na po tayo sa mga orientation. This webinar is part of this roadmap na plano natin. For employee development, since March and since June, we have to ensure the safety, the guidance. Last June, ito po, we have started the inventory of their task. Some of our employees, especially those connected in the canteen, we have to realign them, cross-skill them, and re-skill them. Hindi na po mag-ooperate yung canteen, so that's why yung ilan sa kanila ay mapupunta sa, let's say, maintenance and or sa reproduction team, yung mga sa mimeographing team. All right. So, also, we have to put in yung trainings ng hygiene. Kailangan maging habit sa bawat isa sa amin, especially when we are reporting here in school. Of course, we have the security and safety. Binisita din po natin yung mga administrative procedure ng school, the handbook, the anti-bullying policy, the child protection policy, and the data privacy of Divine Grace School. We have to review that and make some adjustment and revisions with those protocols that apply to our situation now. And this time, it's already July, we have to intensify dissemination. More of this will be discussed to you in our parents' orientation. This is the learning continuity plan which will be discussed to you further sa second part ng ating program. Based on the survey that we have identified what is doable, at what is reasonable, and what is fitting to our community. This July also, we are starting with the production of the modules. You see here the highlighted part about it should be based on the MELC. MELC stands for Most Essential Learning Competencies. We will discuss that further later in our second part. Ano ba itong MELC? And of course, regarding this LCP, we will have the parents orientation come August. All right. So I think that would be the first part from Cristel.
Yes,
before we
ma'am.
move on to the tedious part, but more relevant. Hold on lang po kayo sa ating second part. Ma'am Cristel will show us something for now.
Yes, ma'am. So thank you, Ma'am Waldy, for sharing sharing the school's theme for this academic year, which will be the anchor of our school activities in the coming months. And thank you also for sharing po the timeline of events, especially when all of us were put into quarantine at yung communication ay naging malabo po. Now, before we move to the second part of the talk, let us answer first the polling question that we prepared. This is related sa second part po ng talk ni Ma'am Waldy. Just choose one answer from the given options na ifa-flash po maya-maya. So, Ma'am Ivory, kindly launch our polling question. Ayan. So, the question is, to ensure the safety and continuity of quality learning to our Grecians, which learning delivery mode do you prefer for your child or children while we are in this pandemic? So, i-discuss ko lang po isa-isa. The first one is face-to-face learning. This is the traditional one. This is what we have been doing. The school have been doing for the past 32 years. And most schools are doing this before this pandemic. Ito po yung we let the children go to school. May physical reporting po, may physical interaction kay teacher at kay students. And then the second one is the distance learning, pero ang kino-consider natin is full online. There are schools na ginagawa po ito. This would require the use of gadget and connection, strong connection. Pagdating sa gadget, maaaring may specific gadget pa talaga ng yung specs po nila. So, may demand po itong full online. And then, distance learning din, but this time, offline naman siya. So, maaaring hindi through gadget or through internet connection yung communication, pero the children will be provided modules po. Okay? And then, the fourth one, distance learning pa rin, pero combination of the second and the third. Online and modular. So, maaaring may time na may classes sila through Zoom, Google Meet, ganyan. Pwede rin namang walang gadget this time, tapos modules po yung hinaharap ni bata. And then the fifth one is the blended learning. Ito naman po, combination na po ng distance learning, and then si distance maaaring full online siya, modular siya, or combination. And then, may integration ni face-to-face learning. So, maaaring in a week, 3 days na online learning po, distance learning sila, and 2 days na may face-to-face, o pwede ring 1 day lang na face-to-face. At least magkakitaan si teacher at saka si bata. And then the last one is the homeschooling po. Ito, there are schools talagang may permit sila to offer homeschooling. Ito naman po ay mas si parent na yung tututok talaga sa bata. Pero maaaring si parent naman humanap din ng teacher na mag-a-assist sa kanya sa pag-guide dun sa bata. Pero syempre, ang school po, ang DGS, we do not offer homeschooling. So,
iba yung permit dyan, di ba, Ma'am Tel?
Yes, ma'am. Opo. Nilalakad po talaga yan. May mga requirements, ma'am.
Sa homeschool, walang responsibility yung school na siya yung magtuturo. Parang yung hands-on talaga doon, yung teacher niya is yung parent niya.
Opo, ma'am. Yes po. So, parents, you may now vote. Just choose one. And Ma'am Ivory will update us kung ilan na, ma'am, ha?
Opo, ma'am. 28, 30 out of 61 po. Ayan.
So,
madami na po sila, ma'am.
Pero may mga undecided pa rin dyan, syempre.
41 out of 61 po.
We don't get to vote, right?
Yes, ma'am.
We cannot vote.
What's your, ano ba, ma'am? What's your
No, I will not
choice
tell
there?
you my choice kasi I don't want to influence them. But
Yes,
I guess
ma'am.
we'll make them decide.
50 out of 61
That's why
po.
we are not allowed to vote, ma'am.
Yeah, I know. It's better.
Only 10 na lang po, ma'am, yung hinihintay po natin.
Mahirap mag-decide kasi naman, biglaan niyo akong tatanungin ng ganyan.
Ma'am, there's a question po in the Q&A po.
Wait pa. Sige po. Modular and online still includes intervention of the teachers, right? Yes po. Opo, may intervention pa rin po yan. Hindi naman po buo ay si parent po ang or hahayaan po natin yung bata.
53 out of 61.
We have 110 registrants, no?
Yes, ma'am.
Hindi po nakapasok yung, hindi na nag-online yung iba. Ay, hindi na nag-join.
Last 6 po, ma'am. 54 out of 60. Vote na po kayo.
Pero walang premyo to Wala pong panalo, parents.
Maybe next time na webinar,
Opo.
we should
Next
be doing
webinar
some
po.
contest.
Nagpa-contest na po tayo. Kailangan prepared po kayo pag nag-join.
You prepare your games.
May pa-quiz di tayo, ma'am, no?
We can do that. Why not? Para makalimutan natin yung prize.
Tapos yung price nila, ma'am, LBC na lang. O kaya GCash, no, ma'am?
Oo nga.
Ma'am, there's another question po in the Q&A.
Okay. We only have 61 participants. How about the other parents who were not able to attend? Will they be given a chance to vote? We will upload the recorded video of this webinar naman po in our YouTube. Pero this naman po, polling question, hindi naman po siya magiging basis ng decision ng school. Actually, the school has the decision na, which we will discuss later. Which Ma'am Waldy will discuss later po. Ito po ay parang kumukuha lang po kami ng idea from this group na naka-attend po ng webinar.
Yes.
Ma'am, we have another question po.
On the blended mode of study, the online class will last for how long and how many attendees per online session?
I think later na
Later na lang po ito, yung mga questions na to.
Masasagot po yan sa discussion.
Siguro ito kay may mga parents po from our grade 3 class na di naka-receive ng email and they are still trying to enter this webinar now. So si Ma'am Ivory na po yan.
Ma'am Ivory, kindly check.
Opo.
I think parang automatic nagsisend sa email. Baka nila. Kasi if you have a Zoom account and you link it through Facebook, ako po naranasan ko yun na parang I don't know which of the Facebook accounts I used, yung email ko. So, kung ang Zoom account natin ay ino-open natin through FB, parang hindi ganoon siya ma-access kaagad kung aling email. So, I think we have to explore on our different emails. Pa-advise na lang siguro.
Opo.
Ma'am, di na po gumagalaw yung natin and we had 90% of votes naman po.
Okay.
I'll share the result na po.
Yes po, yes po.
We end the poll now. Oh.
And the result is, okay. So most of them, 39 out of how many attendees, Ma'am Ivory? 39. Distance learning. So they prefer the
60,
combination of, half naman, online and modular.
Most of our attendees, 71% prefer the distance online and modular.
Opo. May isa, ma'am, face-to-face.
Oo nga.
Totoo naman, ma'am. Hindi mapapalitan yung quality of learning ng face-to-face.
Diba? Oo.
Opo.
That's true.
Kasi on the spot parati ang pag-tap natin sa bata, pag-follow up, pagbibigay ng feedback.
Opo.
Ayan. So, thank you so much, dear parents, for voting. Wala pong ganong kabigat na bearing ang polling na ito, ha. So, humingi lang po kami ng idea sa group na to. Thank you so much po. Ayan. Okay na, Ma'am Ivory. Ayan. So,
Yes po, ma'am.
So now, to discuss the school's learning continuity plan. Yun na po yun. Sakop na po yung learning delivery mode ng school. Ayan, and to enlighten us on the learning delivery mode of the school in the new normal, let us welcome once again Ma'am Waldy F. Canalita.
Yes, thank you so much, Ma'am Cristel.
Yes.
And is my audio clear?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, sige. The learning continuity plan of Divine Grace School is coined as DGS Flexible Distance Education, a hybrid approach. Why did we have to put there the flexible? Because we want to be flexible all throughout the year. Kasi nga, we have seen that there will be changes, a lot of changes as we go along the way. Kaya po, lalagay natin yung flexible. Distance because we will be on remote learning, magkahiwalay, magkalayo. Hybrid because we are combining two approaches, the online and modular. So let's study further. Ano ba itong distance learning? Distance learning, according to Padolina of UP Open University, is the separation of the teacher and the learner. So at least majority, all throughout the majority of the instructional process. This distance learning is categorized into two, the online and the modular. With online, the learning takes place over the internet, and there are two kinds of it. And the other one naman na considered as remote learning is the modular learning. Himayin natin siya. Types of online learning. The synchronous learning is the type of distance education where the learning happens in real time. So the students may be discussing with their teacher through video conferencing. Sabay-sabay, nag-aaral, nag-i-interact together yung mga bata. The other one is asynchronous. When we say asynchronous, the child is learning online, but he or she is not interacting with anyone. Maaaring may kachat lang pa sa isa, pero the learning process is on his own pace. Ganon. So parang nag-watch siya limbawa ng video, inaaral niya, and then nag-answer siya, that is asynchronous. Okay? Modular learning naman, on the other hand, is the giving modular instruction. So the worksheets are so designed that as if the child is talking to someone. So ang modular kasi, it is written, and then the point of view or the point of the person, yung pagsasalita ng bata, parang nangungusap sa kanya yung module. So there will be some instruction like, good day, are you done with your module number 1? We will now proceed to studying more about articles, mga ganon. So, kung babasahin natin yung module, ganon po siya nakasulat. So, it enhances and it encourages independent study, yung sa bawat module ng mga bata. So, as per DepEd, there will be 6 to 7 pages up to 10 pages per module and 1 module per week. So if we have 5 or 6 subjects, the child will be receiving 6 modules with 6 to 7 or up to 10 pages. Yan. So this modular learning is not limited to the modules lang. Of course, maaaring may gamit yan po ng worksheets, bookworks, or handouts. The modules kasi sa instructions niya, halimbawa, pwede niyang sabihin doon na, turn to your book on page ganito and read the article about, may ganun po siyang instruction. Alright, how do we distribute the module? So it could be a question kasi hard copy siya, nakahawakan. So we can have the teachers and the administrators will be checking and printing and reproducing the modules. And then by Thursdays, ito po nakalagay sa baba. And then on Fridays, yung modules will be sorted and will be stored in the pigeonhole, which we will put near the gate. Mga bookshelves na lalagyan ng compartment. Let's say for grade 1, St. Joseph, puro modules nila yung nandoon. Friday, naka-plastic na po siya and individually packed. Para kay RJ, Para kay Renzi, ganyan po lalagay na doon. By Fridays. And parents will come on Mondays to pick up the modules. So, yung hard copies ng modules. Now, ang Mondays, bakit mayroong duration ng araw? So that we will be assured na kung may mang COVID doon, it should have been disintegrated. Diba po? And on Tuesdays, teacher naman will get the pinasa, yung ipinasang module naman from previous week. If you might ask, paano yung mga ayaw pumunta at ayaw ng printed copy, we can send them online. Pwede po sa email ng bata, and then you do the printing yourself. Maybe magtatanong din sa mga bookworks, paano po yung bookworks? Papadala nyo po ba dyan? Dadalhin pa ba namin? We can scan it or take picture of the worksheets of the answers of the students. So we have that option. What are the learning platforms with these two modalities? So online learning, synchronous and asynchronous, and the module learning. Ano ang ating mga paraan? Ano ang ating mga tools? So first one is the Genio e-learning platform. This Genio e-learning platform has so many resources already. Ito po yung binabayaran natin na learning management system. Bakit kailangan nating magbayad? Mayroon namang libre kagaya ng Google Classroom. Genio is already content filled. Punong-puno na po siya ng resources. Videos, do-it-yourself instruction, graphics, pictures, lahat na po ng mga resources andun na. Kaya naming mag-develop, pero we don't have the luxury of the time. And also, for us to be sure din sa content, there are those who presented to us other learning platforms, pero yung content medyo doubtful. There are others which are US-based. Ang content nila ay walang araling panlipunan at Filipino. This Genio is Filipino-based, kaya po meron na siyang araling panlipunan, Filipino, Science, English, and Math. Okay? So, ito yung interface. Ganito yung magiging itsura ng kanilang Genio. Pagbibigyan na po natin kayo ng account ng mga bata. And also, we will use the Google Suite for Education as another platform. Backup po yan. And also, we will use the Google Meet and the Google Classroom app ng Google Suite for Education for the advisory class, yung bawat section. Kasi with Genio, more on subjects. Pero dito, more on the homeroom. Yung mga interaction, yung mga pag-uusapan nila with their advisors. And more on the communication, siguro when they pass their output, medyo concentrated siya sa isang classroom. This is an e-classroom. And of course, we will be implementing some video conferencing apps like Zoom, the one we are using now, Google Meet, nagagamit din po, and other means. Maaari din natin magamit ng FB, which is very accessible and cheap. Yun nga lang, hindi po gaanong advisable for academe ang FB because masyadong maingay. There are so many advertisements there, and it is also nakaka-distract sa education, sa pag-aaral. Kasi may mga ads and the chats, di ba po? I know you will agree with me. This is the interface for a Google Classroom. We have tried this last May. May pa lang po inaaral namin, nagtry na rin kami. And this is our sample classroom. Well, I am their teacher and the administrators are the students. Dito kami nagbatuan ng kanilang mga outputs and we even had assignments there. Ayan. So, what is the content of our curriculum? Ito yung binabanggit ko po sa inyo kanina na most essential learning competencies. Actually, ang DepEd, 2 years ago, gusto na nilang i-decongest yung curriculum ng mga babawasan yung kanilang mga laman, yung mga competencies or tasks na ine-expect sa bawat bata. So, this year, na nagka-pandemic, parang tamang-tama meron na yung MELC. And also, ano ang basehan ng content natin ngayong pag-aaral is our curriculum map here at Divine Grace School, which we have formulated and aligned with the K-12 program. Alright? So, ano ba ang curricular? Ano ba ang most essential learning competency? Ang isang competency ay essential kung ito ay aligned sa national, state, or local standards. Ano mga competency ito? Example po yung pagkilala, nakikilala ng bata ang mga sagisag ng bansa. Yan po ay naka-align sa national standard. So kung ang estudyante na competency po yun, yung kaya niyang bagitin yung mga simbolo at ng ating bansa. At ito ay nagko-connecta it connects to higher concept across the content areas. Example, students or our pupils should learn addition, right? From 1 digit, 2 digit, hanggang 3 digit pa yung aaralin nila. Learning the addition is needed for the students to learn multiplication because multiplication is repeated addition. Tama po. So, those are essentials and applicable to daily life. Alright, this is an example of our curriculum map for grade 1 in math. So yung highlighted one, this is one example of the learning competency skill. Basahin ko lang po, the student or the pupil should be able to visualize or visualizes and represent numbers from 0 to 100 in the variety of materials. Ito pong curriculum map na to, ito po yung nagawa ng Divine Grace School 2 years ago. So, ibig sabihin ito, yung pinapakita ko lang po sa inyo ngayon, ay hindi yan naka-align pa sa MELC. Alright, with preschool, ano ba yung content? Naka-anchor yung mga pag-aaralan ng mga preschool, nursery, kinder 1, and kinder 2 sa mga konseptong ito. This is also based on the release of DepEd with regards to the K-12 program. So, myself, makikita niyo po ito sa mga books nila. Myself, my family, my school. Even if your lesson is in English, ito po yung inuumpisan. Myself ulit, my family, my school, my community. Even if ang pag-aaralan ay araling palipunan, dito po ulit nag-uumpisa yan. Okay? Bakit? Bakit ganoon ang konsepto sa pagtuturo ng preschool? Because of Bronfenbrenner's bioecological theory. Siya po ay developmental psychologist in 1915. Tapos ito ay inadapt ng DepEd para sa pagkatuto ng ating mga preschoolers. Ito yung diagram ng pag-aaral nila. Ito yung bata, this is the learner. Ang unang-unang nagtuturo daw sa kanya, ang nakaka-influence ay ang kanyang family. We are talking about preschool po ha. And then the school follows, and then the community, and more the things around the child. This is also related to Vygotsky's regarding po sa social naman, the role of the society in the formation of the child. So, bakit kailangan ko pong bagitin yun? Kasi nakikita natin yung pangangailangan ng mga batang preschool na talagang may self nila, centered, and then family yung unang-unang iniikutan ng kanilang. Even if we have the face-to-face interaction, talagang centered pa rin sa family. So, eto na ngayon yung minimum or most essential learning competency sa isang preschool. So, sa ating kindergarten. In the first quarter, bahagi lang po itong pinapakita ko. Ang bata ay nakakapagmalas ng kanyang pamalas ng kakayahang kontrolin ang sariling damdamin at pag-uugali. So, yung mga ganyan na mga aim, ang kanyang competency ay nakakapagpakilala ng sarili, pangalan, apelyido, mga ganyan. Kaya po, di ba, napansin nyo, yun ang kapag uwi ng bata, ang nasasabi niya, I am, I study, my teacher is, I am 5 years old, di ba po? Yan po yung mga unang-unang tinuturo sa kanila. And, babalikan natin yung ating framework kanina, nakasentro muna sa bata, at ang unang-unang nag-form sa kanya yung kanyang family. Alright. Grade 1, ito po yung learning competencies ng grade 1, yung wala pa pong MELC. Ang competencies in math grade 1, for first quarter, ay may 16 na learning competencies. Ganyan po, 16 yung i-develop na kailangan matututunan ng bata for first quarter. Pero dahil magiging distance yung ating education at remote learning, may limit. May mga bagay na hindi kami kayang gawin kasi po hindi namin na face-to-face yung mga bata, hindi namin sila nakakasama. Kaya tamang-tama, in-apply po ng DepEd yung ating MELC. For grade 1 math, eto ngayon yung kanilang most essential learning competencies. Yung dating 16, naging 10. Okay, na-compress po yung ating i-achieve na kailangan matutunan yung bata yung kagaya po nito sa math. Ito, identify the number that is 1 or more less than the given number. This one, yung number 2, count the number of objects in the given set. Nawala na po yan. So, meaning hindi yan yung essential. Okay, this is the one I read to you. Compare the sets. Ayan. Number, rewrites and rewrites the numbers and so on. So, that's it. Now, in a virtual classroom, ito yung parang standard procedure sa pag-aaral. May preliminaries, may prayer, magda-national anthem, may exercise, lalo na sa mga maliliit, pagagalawin natin sila, and then the lesson proper, introduction by the teacher, and so on. May music, dance, and play, may show and tell, kaya papakilusin yung bata, and then feedbacking. Okay? I would like to show this to you, pero this is the proposed schedule for high school. High school muna po, may mayroon ako papakita. Kasi as early as 6 sa mga high school, sa older kids, ay mabigyan na natin sila ng time frame. They have to be getting ready. Ito pong naka-red, yan yung mga study time na nila. Yung naka-highlight ng yellow, that is their synchronous time with their teacher. And then up to the 8 p.m. time, parang binibigyan natin ng time yung mga bata ng specific routine nila for the whole day para makasunod sa hindi mawawala. Like, tamang-tama, 8 o'clock, matutulog na siya. Ganon. Why am I showing this to you? Kasi po, sa preschool at saka grade 1 to 3 na pang AM and pang PM yung kanilang pasok, yung kanilang lesson, hindi na po natin nasakop at naipakita dito sa inyo yung sana meron silang family time at 7, dinner time with you. Ayan, hindi lang po natin napakita dito. Pero we hope that as early as this time, may ganun na po tayong routine with our kids. Alright. This is for morning session ng preschool. So, 7 to 8, nag-get up na siya, gigisingin na natin, bibihisan, pakakainin, and then mag-toothbrush. Yan. 8 to 8:30, etong makakahon ng red, that is already their time with their teacher. So, advisor muna sa umpisa, kumustahan, follow up, checking, ito yung coaching. Madalas na mga gagawin dyan, coaching. Kung merong 25, just like the video that we have shown in the first part, yung online learning natin, there are 25 kids in the screen. Those who join the online art class, ganun po yung forma nila. In one screen, kita mo kaagad sila. So, kumusta sila ni advisor? They will spend around 1 hour doing the coaching and follow up on the activities of the children. By 9 to 10, we'll have the online synchronous learning with their teacher. 1 hour. 1 hour kasi hindi na po nila kakayanin. It may extend. Kaya po meron pang 10 to 11. It may extend if so needed. Lalo na sa grade 1 to 3. Pero sa ating mga preschoolers, naku, mahaba na po yung 1 hour. May tayo ng tayo, may maglalaro na. Pero with grades 1 to 3, 1 hour in the morning is okay. Did I put it right? Is it really 1 hour? Wait, later po. Preschool pa lang po pala ito. 1 hour po sa mga pang-umaga. For week 1, in 1 week, the focus of the synchronous discussion will be 2 subjects. 2 to 3 subjects. And during their off-screen, maaaring nagmo-module sila with their English and their science. So, the following week naman, ang concentration nila would be English and science in their synchronous class. Yun. And then in their modules naman, with their online learning on their own, mga asynchronous nila would be the other subjects. For morning session. For afternoon session, the same yung format, pagkakasunod na iba lang yung oras. So, 1 hour again for the synchronous lesson. Okay, so the 2 slides I have shown you, yan po yung sa dalawang AM and PM for preschool. This is for grades 1 to 3 naman. Grades 1 to 3 will have 2 hours ng synchronous class. Yan. Maaaring ma-extend din yan if kakayanin pa ng bata. So, subjects would be 2 to 3 subjects for the synchronous class for a week. And then the following week would be 2 to 3 subjects again. Okay? You will see here that there is a reading time, modules, doing the modules, and then the snack time. And also life skills or do-it-yourself time. Because we will be asking our students to do a lot of performance tasks. Ano yung mga performance tasks na yan? Yan po yung gagawin nila sa bahay. Of course, we will not ask them to do something na hindi naman lalabas pa sila. Kailangan, the things that they will do, they perform, they get the materials and resources from their homes. All right. So what are the subjects for preschool? So we only have 4 subjects. Filipino/Araling Palipunan, merge as one. Pagsasamahin na po yan. But the books will be only 3, yung naka-purple lang, Filipino, Language, and Math. Bakit kailangan may libro pa? May module na. Ang libro po is more on content. The modules is more on the instruction. The modules are guided learning only. Wala masyado pong content doon. For grades 1 to 3, eto naman yung kanilang subjects. With only 3 books also, Filipino, Language, and Math. There. We don't have computer anymore, and reading and language, they are merged together. MAPES for grade 1 only, science is for grade 2 and 3. All right. How are we going to assess the children? Based on these 3 components, performance tasks, sasagutin natin yung katanungan ng what can the students do with what they have learned. So, halimbawa po, nakita natin, nag-compute na yung bata, marunong na pala siyang mag-add. Ano ang kaya niyang gawin? Kapag marunong na siyang mag-add, kailangan ma-apply. So, pwede nang pagawa ni teacher na, can you get how many plants, how many pets do you have there at home? Mga ganon. Kailangan may performing because it is an indication that they have learned what they can say. Diba po? Hindi yung parang bubbling lang, memorize lang pala. Kailangan may application. So that's why it's called performance task. Itong performance task, hindi po yan bago. Mula nung pinilunsad ang K-12, yan na po yung ating hinahanap. Formative assessment naman would be in the form of quiz or oral checking or evaluation. Madalas po siguro to mas mangyayari kapag they have their synchronous class. Yan, pag nagpa-recite si teacher, where are you? Show me your work, parang ganyan. And then, there are some quizzes which we can conduct online. There are a lot of apps na parang games ang dating. Parang ganun sa polling na ginawa natin kanina. Now, the kids can answer. No? Ay, magtatanong po kayo, paano yan ang sumagot pala si Mami? We'll address that later. Summative assessment, ito naman po yung quarterly test na nila, which we can also launch using Google Forms. Meron na po tayo mga pwedeng gamitin na pagsagot ng mga bata sa online application. As regards the weights, we will wait for the components to be released by DepEd because they might change. But we don't know. Mag-iintay po tayo ng guidelines from the DepEd. Well, as early as grade 1 to 3 and preschool, ito po yung aming hinihingi kasi we are distant from each other. With you as our partner, tulungan nyo kami na ma-inculcate sa bata ang honesty. So, paano ba yung honesty? It means demonstrating and upholding highest integrity of honesty with the academic works that they are doing. First, halimbawa po, inculcate honesty, constant monitoring by teacher and guardian about the daily routine. So, kapag nag-routine check si teacher, tapos hindi po magkasagot ang bata, maaaring kayo po yung tatanungin so that we can both check. Are you done with your module 1? Halimbawa, ganun. O nasa ang part ka na? Are you in number 2? Ganyan. Yung bata sasagot, sana ang sasagot niya yung totoo. Yan. Diba po? We will guide them para maging truthful and honest sila. Constant monitoring and feedbacking on student performances, how they have fared with their outputs. How was it? Do they need to improve on something? So that is on the task of the teacher, role po ni teacher yon. With your help lang sa coaching or monitoring. And student must properly cite sources with what they have read or studied. As early as grade 1, tanungin natin, saan mo nabasa yan? Pwede ba? Tanungin na natin yun para matuto sila ng mag-identify ng fake news at hindi ng totoong news. Di ba po? Saan mo nabasa yan? Dito po sa book ko. Ay, dito po sa Genyo. Di ba po? Ayan, look at this. This is our scenario at home. So, si mommy is there, that could be mommy or daddy, saying, I have more than one kids, I have limited resources, I will not raise my kids. Tapos naisip niya, wow, math and science. Kaya ko ba yan? Grade 3 kaya pa. Pagdating ng grade 6, teka muna. And I have work. This is very true, di ba? When we are entered into this crisis, ang initial reaction natin is we freeze. Di ba marami naman sa social media nagsabi, mga parent, ayaw ko talaga, kahit isang buong taon, sayangin, naku. Ngayon, nagbago na. Marami na rin po nakukumbinsi na tuloy ang aral. Kasi po, di ba, this may be little kids, pero kung tayo nga naapektuhan, meron na po ba tayo nabasa mga articles that ang ating mga maliliit na batang preschool hanggang grade 3 ay meron na ring depression? We don't know what is going on in their minds. Kung tayo nga nade-depress na hindi nakakalabas, how much sa kanila hanggang bahay lang, di ba po? Kaya po, I urge you, pagpatuloy po natin na mag-aral yung mga bata kasi biruin niyo 1 year, 3 months on lockdown, tapos 5 months na ngayon na on is quarantine. Imagine niyo yung another 10 months. Parang, what will happen to the child? Mayroon siyang magkakaroon, lalo na po sa mga graders, beginning readers din, magkakaroon ng gap. Yung natutunan na niya palatukan ng last month, baka makalimutan niya, kailangan talaga may follow through, no? Alright, so we later realized that life must go on. So this will be our role so that we can move forward. Teacher will provide the content, monitor and coach and guide, then record feedback, works hand in hand with your parents, will provide help desk when troubleshooting. Halimbawa, di kayo makalagin, si teacher po yung unang-unang tutulong to the best of her capacity. And as class advisor will manage the classroom. With you as parents naman, you will provide the materials needed by your children, like especially very important is the study space. Meron silang lugar ng pag-aaralan na hindi po sana, halimbawa mobile phone yung gamit o tablet, hindi po sana siya din mobile. Kung meron siyang isang corner na doon talaga siya mag-aaral and the things are there, may table siya, yung mga writing implements niya doon sa tabi niya, yun. And you also provide the gadget and the connectivity. We'll discuss more of that later. Then you will help the learner in the routine. Ayan. This is the third time na nabagit na po yung routine. Because as early as now, bago po tayo magkaroon ng ating opening of classes, sana po naro-routinize na yung activities ng mga bata so that pagdating ng pasukan, mismo ng August, hindi na tayo mahihirapan ng paggising. O kaya, kasi kung routinize na, kapag na-routinize nyo na po yan, more on coaching na lang tayo. O, at saka sa amin din, alam na nung bata, uupo na siya para mag-aral. Yun. And you also will assist in the advancing of learning, monitor and guide, help manage their schedule, and maintain communication with us. Managing the schedule. Makikita nyo po doon walang teaching. Hindi nyo po role yun. That is ours. Pero, kailangan po talaga ng bata, whether the parent or at least one adult, to monitor the routine. Kung as early as now, na-routinize nyo na yung activities o yung oras, kahit man lang yung oras ng bata, oras ng gising, oras ng ligo, oras ng kain, ay pagdating natin ng pasukan, madali na po siyang mag-adjust dun sa time frame natin. Okay? So, look at this, yung mga batang nag-aaral, independently learning. So, medyo may konting problem dito kasi katabi niya yung mga pagkain. Ibig sabihin, pagkakain na siya, yung bata, aalis siya. May study space lang sana na silent. And then we will respect din yung study space niya. Kapag nag-aaral siya, hindi tayo constantly usap ng usap sa kanya. Paano kung may kausap siya, kinausap din natin. Uy, nalaglag na yung mobile phone mo. Nade-distract po siya. Alain natin siya. And then we'll just be on the side watching kung kailangan niya ng help. Alright. What are the devices? Pagkumparahan po natin, kasi nagtatanong na kayo niyan, sigurado, ano pang device? Bibili pa ba ako ng laptop? 3 anak ko. Look at this. For the smartphone, I also lifted this from Google. Bigay din ni Google yan. Smartphone, it is mobile, May office tools, may camera, may photo editing, may audio, may video recording, may video conferencing. Tablet, it's mobile, the same. May office tools, camera, photo editing, audio, video, and so on. Laptop, pareho po. Portable lang si laptop pero mabigat-bigat na. Desktop, pareho din. Ano ang kanilang limitation? With the smartphone, small screen. Some apps may be limited yung mga version. Small screen dapat din daw kapag tablet. But basically, look, they almost have the same because, you know, our phones, they are already mini computers, right? So, and you will be amazed how our students will be adapting to it. Kaya naman kaya nilang mag-game dyan, tapos gagawa ng video, lalagyan ng mga caption. We can adapt. So, what's going to happen the whole year? First grading, ito po yung duration. Second grading, third grading, and fourth grading. Ito naman yung mga assessment periods natin. Yan. And all throughout that, it's going to be distance learning, modular learning. All right. Enrollment period. Please take note of this, parents. August 3 to 7 yung ating parents orientation. You will not come here for the whole week. Mag-a-assign lang po tayo ng 1 day for 1 grade level for you to learn kung ano yung mga i-discuss. Like example, ano ba ang username at account name ng anak ko sa Genyo? Di-distribute po namin yan dun sa time na, sa araw ng orientation. Malamang po magkakaroon ng at least 3 username and account name and password yung bata sa tatlo. So, Genyo, Google Classroom, and probably with Microsoft or another platform that they can use. So, kailangan po meron na rin tayong prepare ng index card ng pagsusulatan ninyo ng mga username kasi baka malito tayo. Nakapost yan sa tabi ng learning space ng bata together with some organizers, maaaring may alarm, maaaring may post-it, wala na pong bibili ng bags, notebooks, we will inform you kung kakailanganin pa, but most likely, baka isa na lang po sa pagsusulatan nila. Writing implements, you will still need, syempre po, ballpen, pencil, mga pentel pen, coloring implements, and so on. Alright, moving on. So, para maiwasan ng transmission, meron tayong online admission for new students. Susundan po natin ito para hindi na po kayo pupunta sa school. Lahat po actually kaya nang i-transact even if we are far from each other. We just need to be communicating well. For old students naman po, ito naman, I'll show you the link. Yan. This is for pre-enlistment. Lalo-lalo na po sa mga bago nating mga students, pre-enlistment form, dito po yung parang lista, papalista lang. Sa mga old, hindi po masyadong needed na mag-pre-enlist. Pero sa mga bago, because this is where we lift their details before they go on enrollment or enrolling, yung i-interviewin sila, papa-examine sila, and so on. For the old and new students, ito naman po yung registration online. You go to our website, then makikita natin doon nakaturo yung arrow, online registration for new and old. Online registration, meaning ito na po yung talagang enrollment process na ma-i-enlist kayo, malalagay yung pangalan sa listahan ng school, and then eventually we're working on it sa mga enrolled na ginagawa naman napin po sila ng kanilang email. All students, teachers, and administrators will have our own email to be able to access the Google Suite for education. So may magbibigyan ng Google email yung bata. We are using the Google Suite kasi po pang school po talaga siya. Nagtatanong kayo, bakit di tayo gumagamit ng .com or .org, mga ganyan. When you register with Google, lahat ng bata na underage mabibigyan ng email if it is through the domain of an educational system. Pero kung ang gagamitin mo ay .org, hindi po siya mabibigyan yung mga bata kasi mga bata pa po sila. Pero with education, mabibigyan po sila ng sariling email which you will manage. There. Alright, so we are publishing these numbers for all your questions or kung meron kayong queries. So, Miss Myla is our cashier. Miss Dina for the records, Miss Olivia, Miss Maria Olivia for the books, our school nurse. Te-text po kayo kahit ngayon po She will entertain you. She's all actually reporting na she's serving as our frontliner at the gate. Si Nurse Stel. And for Miss Marlene for the front desk. Kung meron kayong gustong i-appointment, ayan. For the school mobile, ito po, or landline and email. So if anyone among them does not respond to you, you can email info@divinegraceschool.edu.ph. Ako po titingin dyan. Yan. So for our resources, yan ko po nilift yung ating mga nilagay, mga panalabas ng ating IATF. Now, we go to the frequently asked questions. We have 11. There. We're ready?
Yes, ma'am. So, I'll read na lang po. So, for number 1, will there be trainings and webinars for us parents to orient us about distance learning? Yes, trainings will be during the parents' orientation. So, we will update you of the schedule na lang po. 2, can we just choose modular learning? No, the modality is designed to work hand in hand with offline and online approaches. So, hindi siya pwedeng mamili. 3rd, what are the materials that we will be needing for this online learning? Your child will need a gadget and internet connection, organizers, reminder boards, alarms for their routine, writing implements, and study space at home.
Ayan. Parang ano yun, ma'am, no? Those who ask about, can they choose modular learning lang? Maybe their issue is connectivity.
Opo.
Diba po? Maaaring maging issue po yun. Pero ano po siya there will be more interaction kasi mas may makakapag communicate yung bata kung may online. So we will exert efforts po to learn kung ano yung pinakamagandang magamit na pwede po, libawa po sa smartphone lang ang gamit. Kung ang gamit nyo po ay smart o kaya globe, alin kaya dun sa dalawa ang may malakas na connection? Talagang kailangan po natin i-explore yun. Kung maganda ba yung sa Go Surf 50, nakaka-internet na ba ako? Kahit man lang, at least po last resort natin is we communicate with our children, with your children through Messenger. Pwede natin i-video call sila through Messenger, pero last resort po yun. But FB po is very cheap. Madali lang po talaga siyang gamitin sa pag-communicate. So, we have that. Yun doon pumapasok yung flexibility po natin.
Amen. 4th, we will buy new gadget for our child. What are the recommended specs for Android phone, for laptop, or desktop? So, choose those that are within your capability. But as what has been presented, most gadgets have almost the same functionality.
Yes, opo. Parang if you have your smartphone, dalawa naman yung smartphone for 2 kids and you have 1 laptop, one may use the other smartphone and yung isa nasa laptop muna since synchronous learning lang na mo siya. Ganun pong mag-switch na lang. Ayan pala yung mga specification for Android phone. I have searched this through Google also. Ano yung mga angkop na mga gadget when using the Google Classroom, at least for Google Classroom na po. For Android phone, at least you have this version, 5.0 or up. Yan, pwede nyo na pong i-screenshot. Pero ano po, nasa Google din po yan. Tanungin natin si Google, nasa kayo, alam nyo po yung sagot. For iPhone or iPad, ayun po. It's iOS 11 or up. Ay, teka, where is the for desktop? Where is the for desktop? Ay, nawala si this desktop. It's supposed to be here. Okay. Pero meron po dapat yan for desktop. I think I eliminated it. We'll show it na lang when we publish this video. It's recorded naman po.
Opo. 5th, are we going to pay less for the tuition fee since distance learning will be implemented for this academic year? There is diminution in the fees. Those that no longer apply are eliminated.
Opo. Pero not with the tuition fee.
Opo.
Yung tuition fee po natin ay that is the one approved in 2019. At yan po ang ating ginagamit para sa, it's the lifeblood of the school. So since we are non-stock, non-profit, ibig sabihin all throughout the school year, when it's used up, there's no budget anymore for the coming year. Ang gagamitin for this coming year will be quantity earned din po for this year. So since approved naman din po ng DepEd, I think it will be used for our salaries din, SSS PhilHealth and benefit din namin, ganun po.
Okay, ma'am. How will the modules, activity sheets, handouts given to us? This may be picked up on weekly basis every Monday.
Opo. Pwedeng i-pick up if you want to have it delivered to you. Pwede natin pakiusapan siguro, we'll have a different arrangement with the EDL services, yung ating mga sa school bus. Since they are not going to render services for hatid sundo ng mga bata, maybe we can ask them. Pero those who don't want to be coming here and getting the hard copies, pwede naman po natin ipadala email. And then the children will have to print it at home, and then the children will answer na lang at home.
Since modules, activity sheets, handouts will be provided to us, does this mean there's no need for us to buy books for our child? Modules are not content-based, but more of worksheets with self-taught approach. Books are still inevitable.
Yeah, opo. Kailangan pa rin po yun. Kasi yung content mas nasa libro po.
Opo. Will there be clubs? Yes, we will organize the most essential student organization, the Student Administrative Council. But as the school year goes, other clubs may be introduced, though still to be done distantly.
Opo, distantly pa rin.
Layo pa rin. 9, will there be school activities? Yes. Buwan ng Wika, foundation activities, values formation, nutrition month will be conducted distantly or virtually.
Oh, virtually. Pa-foundation, may bus demo daw, ma'am.
Wala naman po, ma'am. Gaganong.
Wala na, more on
Wala
ano
po.
lang yan. Mga pa-contest, mga
Opo.
online na submissions,
Yes
probably
po.
like videos, ganyan.
Opo.
Collaboration.
Will there still be achievers? Yes, all students deserve to be recognized.
Okay, but we'll wait for the release of the
Guidelines.
regarding the grading system po.
Yes, ma'am. And last, will the students still wear uniform? Yes. School uniform is significant to one student's identity. There will be once a week wearing of uniform during one synchronous activity with the teacher. School IDs will also be released.
Ayan, yung school ID, that is already part of what you have paid for dun sa kanilang registration. We will study how we can capture the pictures na lang. We are arranging with the one who's going to have the IDs, yung gagawa po ng IDs nila, how we can get the pictures. But definitely, we will not ask your students or your kids to come here. So, aaralin na lang natin. You can send us. We will see kung paano. Maaaring magsisend kayo ng picture or maaaring kukuha sila kami ng picture through video conferencing. With regards to the uniform, the last time I talked with the Board of Trustees, they were saying at least PE uniform. At least may PE uniform yung bata na kapag once a week lang naman, probably Monday when they have their flag ceremony, they will face their teacher wearing a uniform. Because that is identifiable. They are identifiable as Grecian with their uniforms. At least meron pong isa. So you don't need to buy, especially sa mga old. Those who are new, kung may mga extra po sa mga kaklase, pwede po tayong mag-share, di ba po? Nasa crisis tayo, hindi naman natin kailangan maging magarbo at ma-social. Ay, you are done. Okay, I think I have to stop sharing now.
Yes, ma'am.
So we can move to the next. Wow, dami
Okay,
na nating questions.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am, for giving us a very comprehensive discussion of the school's learning continuity plan for this academic year. Now, let us try to answer some of the questions from our attendees po. And to those who would like to ask questions, especially related to what has been discussed, you may use the Q&A feature of Zoom po. So, we have 7 as of now, ma'am. From Mr. Alan Moreno, how do we manage the attention of the kids in online class considering lower grade school attention span is short?
Yeah, opo. Kaya po nasa 1 hour lang din po yung kanilang synchronous. Kasi po that is really, yun lang talaga yung span of attention nila. We'll try our best, but it's going to be everyday naman. So we'll try our best na nasa sa amin po yun, kay teacher, kung paano siya gagawa ng activities na makakatch niya yung attention ng student, ng learner. Pero on your part, from your side, sa inyo naman po sa bahay, syempre, ililimit natin yung distraction, yung noise reduction, kung kaya naman po. na nandun siya sa lugar na hindi masyadong maingay. Tapos kung nag-aaral siya, may arrangement na gagawin. O anak, I will be here. Nandito lang ako. If you will need me, just call me. May ganun po tayo gagawin. Parang nakabantay, nakaabang. Pero yung present tayo na gumagawa din katabi niya, baka po madidistract po siya. Na may ginagawa tayo, tapos may ingay tayo, napapatingin siya sa atin. Hindi po masyadong ideal yung ganoon.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you po. From Mr. Dave De La Torre, paano po kapag both parents nagwo-work and yung nag-aalaga, no knowledge about gadgets?
Kaya po tuturo po namin sa inyo sa parents orientation. Maybe yung po nag-aalaga isama natin para matutunan niya. Pero we will also give you guide. Parang may idiot guide ba na step by step. First, go on to this. First, kung kailangan nating mag-print po ng interface for the child and for the watcher o yung mga nagmamonitor sa kanila, we will do it. Kailangan po ng ganun, ilalagay natin sa tabi ng kanilang study space ng bata. I think we have to learn all of that. Lalo-lalo na dun sa mga hindi po masyadong alam sa gadget.
Yes, ma'am. Okay. From Miss Wilma Daga, for online and modular, schools will provide printout modules or they will send a soft copy through email?
Opo, we will provide po the hard copies. Kasama na po yun. Wala pong extra pay yun. Kasama na po yun sa inyong mga babayaran. Weekly po meron silang module. But if you chose not to get the hard copies, it's okay. We will send po sa email ng bata. Lahat po ng mga bata may sariling email na ang dulo po niya, ang domain niya is at divinegraceschool.edu.ph. Kaya po, doon tayo magko-communicate or magpapadalahan ng mga resources.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you po. From Miss Jeneline De Villena, how many hours per day po ang online classes?
For preschool, 1 hour. For grades 1 to 3, tig 2 hours po sa mga pang-umaga. And then sa panghapon naman 2 hours din.
Okay po.
That's online na synchronous po, synchronous.
Opo.
Pero there will be another 1 hour na on his own na pwedeng nag-aaral siya sa learning management system on his own. That could be another hour. Pero ano po yan, depende sa facing ng bata. So, hindi masyadong obligado. So, at least tayo may 2 hours and 1 hour for preschool.
Okay, ma'am. From Mrs. Adapon, siguro ma'am, we need to check the content of the slide ng particular Kasi my question is about the afternoon schedule shown earlier from 12 noon to 3 p.m. only. Under 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. reading time, back to 11 a.m. to 12 noon life skills. So, please correct the time.
For preschool po, yes. For preschool, parang 3 hours po yung contact time online. Contact time meaning na monitor siya ni teacher. Pero after that, yung no more contact is may study time pa rin po yung bata. So, 3 hours. Pag grades 1 to 3 is 4 hours. I think 4 hours. I'm not so sure. Pero mapapublish naman po ito. Would you like me to go back to the screen, Omar? I-upload naman po ito eh.
Apo. And we will correct na lang po kung may hindi na nalagay, ma'am, no?
Sige. Thank you po.
Same po kasi, ma'am, yung kinder to afternoon class from 12 noon up to what time? Ayun.
Sige po. We will check on
na
it
lang po.
Oo, sige.
Okay po.
Pero at least we have given you an idea po ng yung takbo lang ng routine ng bata. Para as early as now, narurutinize na natin yung mga tasks ng anak natin sa bahay.
Yes, ma'am. Initial pa lang naman po siya. From Miss Jenny Zarate, may I ask lang po aside dyan sa school fees, meron bang magiging additional expenses na maaari namin bayaran pa?
Wala na po. Wala na, other than you maintaining your internet connection. Kasi walang field trip, walang foundation fee, walang Christmas party fee. Wala na po. Baon ng bata, wala din. Nasa bahay lang.
Hindi natin alam kung tipid ba o hindi, no? Nakatipid o hindi. From Mrs. May Di Maano po, I would just like to clarify po, for the asynchronous learning, does it mean that there will be pre-recorded videos of the teachers teaching lessons? Thank you.
There are so many resources po sa ating Genyo, Mami, which we can use. Pero ang synchronous, Is that about synchronous?
Asynchronous, ma'am.
Asynchronous. Yung sa
Yes po.
asynchronous po, marami po tayong learning resources sa Genyo nila. So, depende po yan sa kung ano yung i-assign ni teacher. You have to watch this. You have go through this graphics. Mga ganun po yung ibibigay sa kanila. So, for us, kung may kailangang i-record, we will record po. Kagaya po ng naipakita kanina, dun sa ating online art class, 'di ba? Nagda-dubbing po sila Teacher Kenneth, si Sir Kenneth, tsaka si Teacher Jonah, tsaka si Teacher Rose. Yan. If needed, we will do recordings like that.
Yes, ma'am. Opo. From Miss Arzeni Mase, when is the target date for the opening of classes?
We hope to open by August 26 po. We will not make sabay with the public ng August 24. It may be a different scenario, parang nabago-bago mula nung May na iba, ngayon June medyo iba, para maiiba ulit ang scenario ng August 24 kasi yun yung nakikita natin, most of the teachers will be going online. We don't know what will happen to Smart and Globe, baka okay. We'll see.
Nagsabay-sabay
Kailangan
naman.
i-partner natin sa module po yun eh. So, paano kung nagka-problema yung Globe at saka Smart kasi ang daming nag-online, di ba po?
Opo. Okay, ma'am.
We will be flexible. Basta communication lang tayo.
Opo. From Miss May Limaano again, ma'am, how many synchronous classes are we going to have in a week po?
Since it's going to be daily, ano po siya? Daily. Meron pala tayong offline day. Pero isang offline day lang po. Fridays po siya. So parang 4 times a week with 2 hours in each day. Kung pang umaga po yung bata, para 8 hours po siya in 1 week. But it's not whole day. It's not whole morning. Pero kung nag-asynchronous siya, syempre, that's added screen time.
Opo. Okay, ma'am. From Mrs. Estanislao, how many subjects po sila? Hindi naman nabawasan, ma'am, ano?
Hindi po. Ang natanggal lang doon si computer. At saka yung English, na-merge na yung reading and language. So, for grades 1 to 3, we will have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 subjects. And for preschool, we have 3. 3 lang po kasama na yung, pang-apat yung GMRC or RHGP.
Okay, ma'am. I believe this one has been answered na, yung for both parents nagwo-work ang nagbabantay. Opo. We will give them naman, ma'am, no? Parang guide kung paano ma-access yung mga accounts. Okay po. From Mr. Goloyugo, for modular that will be sent via email, is it required to be printed out? Can it be sent back via email as well so we can go paperless?
Yes po, pwede po yun. Kasi nga po, if you chose not to get the hard copies, pwede rin po ipadala na lang yung kanilang sagot. Email din po. Okay po yun.
Okay, ma'am. From Miss Jeneline De Villena, may additional fees po ba kung school service ang magde-deliver ng modules?
Opo. Ang EDL services po kasi that's different entity and then we will be asking for their help. So, pero I think very minimal naman po yun. Siyempre, lang namang charge sila ng parang isang bata din na sumakay. At least for the transporting, I think they will charge po.
Okay, ma'am. From Miss Arzeni Mase, with regards to the dissemination of information regarding parent webinar schedules, will you be using other platforms aside from Facebook?
Okay. So, I think we have used it kasi parang automatic po kasi sa Zoom yung sending ng email. And then, sa amin, we publish the link sa FB. So, are there other platforms where we can publish? Sa Twitter, probably, no? We haven't ventured on publishing the webinar links sa other means, but through email. Yes, and the links, the announcement we have done through FB lang pala. We haven't ventured po sa Instagram or not even Twitter. But it's basically dapat parang more on social media kasi that's where we can reach you. And those who have responded, yun po yung may email na. Pero napaisip po ako dyan, why FB only?
Opo. Pero ano ma'am, pwede kayang... Opo.
Wala, no?
Pwede rin ma'am. And ano ma'am, yung link ba, pwede siyang masend via SMS? Siguro they're expecting for it also ma'am kasi di ba mas nagko-communicate din tayo through SMS.
Oo nga eh. Well, this is new to us. This is just the week where we learn so much about using this Zoom. Pero we'll explore po on how we can publish na wider yung ating scope sa mga ganitong webinars po natin. Thank you so much for raising that po.
Opo. Pero we will upload the recorded video naman eh. Kaya mapapanood din po ng mga hindi
I-edit lang yung mga glitches.
Opo. Okay. From Miss Jeneline De Villena, Monday to Friday po ang classes. Yes.
Meron po tayong targeted one day na off, no synchronous. May one day lang po na walang synchronous class. Pero everyday pa rin po yung may classes sila. So let's say Friday, hindi na po sila nag-synchronous, walang online face-to-face, walang video conferencing. Pero yung pagko-coach ni teacher, nandun pa rin. Gigisingin niya yung mga bata, i-chat na sila na isa-isa, how are you, may ganun po. So, always na pwede nating gamitin, pwedeng pag hindi na reach sa chat, textin, i-miss call, tatawagin, and so on po. We are preparing for that.
Okay, ma'am. From Mrs. Adapon po, because I have twins po, so they need to take 2 separate classes. Maybe separate section sila, ma'am.
Oo. Yes po, I suggest maganda po kung separate sections. So, dapat yung focus din ng bata at saka nung kayo po na mag-monitor, there will be more attention for the child. Kasi kung pong sabay, magkakaagawan pa sila. And I think tama naman po yung suggestion nyo na magkahiwalay na lang.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you po. From Miss Bianca Holipas, what if during the online synchronous activity, the internet connection suddenly failed? How would the child be able to follow up or continue the activity? Will he be recorded as absent that time?
Ay, hindi po. No. Hindi po magiging stricto sa mga ganyan, especially sa mga synchronous. We will be flexible with regards that. Especially may tagtanong din, what if you're conducting your quiz, tapos online siya, tapos may nawala sa ere, magiging flexible si teacher in such a way na magkakaroon probably ng retake or uulitin or stop na lang, or kung isa lang yung nawala sa ere, pwedeng bigyan niya ng special quiz, ganun po. Pero kapag synchronous yung nagaganap tapos merong na offline, try lang po ng try mag-connect. And then we'll try to find way na ano ba yung gamit ng bata na sa pagko-connect niya. Baka po mas bagay na mag-smart siya o kaya mas bagay na mag-globe siya. Or kung ang internet connection ay yung kung ano ginagamit, fiber, things like that. So kasi kung very recurrent naman, yung paulit-ulit na hindi nakaka-connect yung bata, we will explore po on ano yung bagay sa lugar ninyo po para maka-join siya ng synchronous time.
Okay, ma'am. From Mrs. Mase po, regarding absences caused by intermittent internet connection, what will be the stand of the school? Excused or unexcused?
Excused. Kagaya lang din po sa employee sa atin, but we will be flexible. Kasi nga, we are in the time of crisis, we cannot be very, it's not really definite. Pag-aaralan natin how we can. At saka hindi naman po yung pagkukulang ng sa atin. So, if one child is not able to join, teacher will have to find way na ma-i-update yung bata. We were done with this part, you answer on your own this part. So that when we meet tomorrow, medyo makakasabay ka na. Kung may na-miss lang pong ilang part. Pero kung kailangan i-reteach, magre-reteach po si teacher.
Okay, ma'am. Yung iba po, from Mrs. Sheila Moreno, how many books daw po yung sa grade 3, ma'am?
Grade 3 po?
Yes po.
I'll check po. Grade 3. Grade 3. 3 lang po. Only 3. Language, math, and Filipino.
Okay po. Ayan.
Ayan.
So,
I hope we answered everything.
yes po. Yes, ma'am. Wala naman na po naiwan. Okay. So, thank you so much, parents, for raising your questions. At least we were able to clarify yung mga hindi pa po nasasagot sa inyo. Thank you to Attorney Wenji Improgro, Ms. Rema Encarnacion, Mr. Carrie Maynard Olivar, Ms. Anjanette Espayos, Ms. Angelica Suarez, and Mrs. Emerlita B. Suarez for your testimonies and wishes for DGS. Kanina po yun sa short AVP. And we encourage everyone to like and follow the DGS FB page as well as the DGS Guidance Office page. School-related announcements, advisories, and updates are posted there from time to time. Kagaya po itong webinar, doon po talaga muna siya nakapost. So, before we end, let's have Ma'am Waldy once again for her closing message.
Ayan, nakalimutan ko lang binggitin, Ma'am Ted, before my closing message. Doon po sa mga may na-enjoy na po na mga discount, you will enjoy the same po kung ano yung nabigay sa inyo. And don't hesitate to approach us kung may mga problems tayo. Together nating haharapin po ito. Kagaya ng sabi ko crisis nga po tayo, pare-pareho naman tayong naapektuhan, di ba po? So, don't hesitate to approach po yung school. Yan. So, kagaya ng sabi ko, in this crisis, there's nowhere to start but from where we are. So, na-evaluate na natin yung situation after listening and watching this webinar. We are now about to decide. So, I suggest we don't move too much. Kasi nga sa gaya ng sabi ko, sa kakagalaw natin, baka instead of having answers, we'll have more questions. Lalo na kung mag-venture tayo sa mga lugar na hindi natin gaanong kilala, hindi natin alam. Kung pa-public school natin yung bata, kung ang teacher sa public school na may 45 na students, nahihirapang ma-memorize yung pangalan kapag face-to-face, how much more kapag naging distance learning na po? Baka hindi na nila masyadong kilala yung bata. That's what I'm trying to say, na sana wag tayo munang gumalaw, assess natin yung situation, and since educational landscape is constantly changing, we might as well stay for where we are. And together we will fight. Together we will push through and move forward. God bless us po lahat-lahat tayo. I am praying for all of our safety. God bless po.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you po. Thank you so much, our dear parents, for being here today. We were not able to see you on screen, but we felt your presence. And thank you also for taking the time to patiently listen to what we had to discuss. We wish you all a blessed day. Let us all stay safe, healthy, and COVID-free. Tayo pong lahat. See you around. Bye!